Vale, amigos y amigas, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Los Ángeles no iré. Vale, estamos con antivicio, continuamos en donde lo dejamos en el anterior capítulo. No voy a decir cuándo fue, porque ni me acuerdo cuándo lo subí, así que bien. La ciudad desnuda. Se llama este capítulo así. No sé cómo le voy a poner, igual para que llame un poquito más la atención a otros usuarios de la plataforma. Le pondré otro título más llamativo, ya veremos.
.187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there.
Bien,
the coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Can I see my cousin?
No, sorry.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sack.
De acuerdo.
What's with that getup of yours anyway?
No hace tanto que no
I should
juego,
start
vale.
introducing
No
us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking,
¿Qué
Roy.
coche será este? No voy a robar ninguno. Va, Roy, ¿vienes o qué? Vale, nos vamos. Ya empezamos mal.
Are you crazy?
Estoy loco.
Seem distracted. We recover.
Hey, Central Unit. Citizen reports suspicious activity on a trolley car on Fountain Avenue. Stand by for further information. Any Central Unit.
Car 11 King, go ahead with the further. LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Ah, fuck.
En serio.
Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper.
Y en cuanto estés cerca del pervertido... ¡Hola! ¡Sí, hombre! ¡Ey! Nada, que el destino quiere que yo fracase en la misión. A ver, los coches aquí yo no.
Get in close and steer him off the
No
tar.
entiendo. Vaya puta mierda, tío. Quítense del medio. Se me escapa. Lo veo, recupero. Vale, lo tengo ahí. Puta suerte. Madre mía.
You're under arrest for public indecency.
Oh, Christ.
Por fin. Madre mía. Me he desviado muchísimo. Vamos a omitir lo que ya se sabe. Madre mía. Está a la vuelta a la esquina. No, es ahí. Será el callejón, será dentro del edificio. 12 minutacos. Vale, es dentro del
Second
edificio.
floor.
Primera planta.
Apartment
apartamento
6.
detrás.
In the back.
Thanks.
Vamos, la puerta que está abierta.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Doesn't look like anything. Don't think this is any use to us. It's been a modeling assignment.
Y vulgar. Por señorita Randall, besos polio.
It's a place to start. This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
Nada. La que va a ser la foto que cogí antes. Solo.
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Sears. Famosísima tienda en la época. Sears. Vale, por ahí se sabe. Fotógrafo, vete a tomar 20.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I take a look?
Be my guest.
Voy a echar un vistazo.
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
This is her in these photos? Something else.
Incidental.
Miss Julie was...
Pretty girl like that? Maybe she was having trouble with the boys. Got her heart broken.
Quality English smoking jacket.
So she ran herself...
I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Drifted off.
I don't know. Miss Julie, she always had so much fire. So much drive.
Looks like barbiturates.
Parecen barbitúricos.
It's okay.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to her doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Aquí puede ser que ya no hay nada.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
So she wasn't mad at anyone in particular?
No, men were usually besotted with Miss Julia, not the other way around. I don't think Miss Julia was ever in love with anyone.
Vale.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Men friends, Mrs. Reynoldson. Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary, sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. The way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home. Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
Madre mía.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Hablar con él, forense. Cerrar la puerta. ¿Dónde está el forense?
Our doctor
Any ideas?
prescribing enough pills to stop a horse. Maybe we should pay him a visit.
En teoría, vamos a encontrar la jeringuilla, pero claro, el cadáver ya no está. Me indica la casa o algo.
You're a real asshole, you know that?
Maybe if... No.
You need a cop who won a medal in solving all the cases.
Boutique o doctor. Vamos a la boutique primero. y luego iremos a ver al doctor.
Look where you're going! Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Bien. Boutique de cine. Bien. Vamos a ver.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
We need information on anyone she might have been seeing. Maybe someone she met here.
I'm sorry, I don't know of anyone. If she was seeing someone, he must have had money. Julia would never be interested in any man who didn't have real money.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to me.
I'm very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Look, lady, you need to give me something. Do you know anybody who would have cause to harm Julia?
No. Really, Mr. Phelps. Julia's my friend. I don't know why anyone would want to hurt her. She's okay, isn't she?
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
No actúa demasiado bien esta muchacha, Pero en fin. Lugares. Habla de consulta del doctor. Vamos aquí el giro. Mucho cuidado. Y nos vamos.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Una ventana abierta. Me imagino que será donde la ventana abierta. Doctor Herbie. Segundo piso. No. Quinto piso, madre mía, 505.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
De acuerdo. Espero que haya ascensor. Ya, antes habló.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Vale. 505, 503, 505.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Poli bueno, poli malo. Vamos a fallarla, va.
You didn't like her, did you?
It wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake. Not an ounce of warmth there.
Medicamentos adicionales.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Controlar su peso. Vamos a creerlo, va.
She didn't appear to have a weight problem.
She had a self-esteem problem. Miss Randall felt her only control over her life was through her appearance.
We often find the more obstructive people tend to be, Dr. Stoneman, the more they have to hide. Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Qué chulos que son estos detectives. Vale, para abajo.
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Look out!
Hospital de Hollywood.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
guy gave his wife a tap. Say all's fair in love and war.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. Something? Or can I go back to sleep?
That's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
What the hell is the LAPD?
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Where's a phone?
And you were close? We were friends.
Vaya.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Is anybody making coffee soon?
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Is there a phone I can use?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Say, do you fellas need to stick around much longer?
No, I can't.
Can I post his bail?
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Shit. Better drop back, Cole.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Ay, las misiones estas de seguir a la peña. Me molan mucho. O una de dos.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
O se te escapa o te detectan. Preparando.
He needs money and fast.
Necesitaba dinero de pecho.
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Ha pillado. Vaya cerdo.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Voy a cruzar porque como va a cruzar para aquí. Seguirlo desde la distancia va a ser lo más prudencial.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir, to Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket for Mexico City tomorrow night.
That's good, but this is better.
Oh my God, it's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.